Hi students, today we are here with a new chapter, Teaching in the Tolstoy Farm. Teaching in the Tolstoy Farm, written by Mahatma Gandhi. Before entering to this chapter, let me introduce about the writer Mahatma Gandhi. He was a prominent political and spiritual leader of India during the Indian independence movement. He was the pioneer to Satyagraha, resistance to tyranny through mass civil disobedience, firmly founded upon ahimsa, which led India to independence and has inspired movement for civil rights and freedom across the world. Gandhiji is commonly known around the world as Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma in Sanskrit means great soul, and he in India is popularly known as Babu. He is officially honored in India as father of our nation. His birthday on 2nd October is commemorated as Gandhi Jayanti, a national holiday in India and worldwide as International Day of Non-Violence. Now we'll come to the chapter, Tolstoy Farm. This site is located in a southwestern corner of the Johannesburg municipal area, approximately 35 km from Johannesburg. It is located on the site of privately owned Loro Brick Factory. However, the company has recognized Tolstoy Farm's strategic and historic importance and has granted permission for its usage as a heritage site. The Tolstoy Farm was the second of this experiment established by Gandhiji. The first experiment was the Phoenix settlement in Natal was inspired by him in 1904 by a single heading of John Ruskin's As Units This Last, a work that extolled the virtues of simple life of love, labor and dignity of human beings. Gandhiji's settlement was called as Tolstoy Farm at the suggestions of Colin Bench. The settlement consisted of men, women and children for short, long and irregular intervals who are Hindus, Muslims, Christians and Parsis, people who spoke one more from among Gujarati, Hindi, Tamil and English. He regarded the ashram as the family and himself as the father. He decided to live amongst them all 24 hours a day as their father. The children in ashram were expected to undertake for 3 hours in the morning duties, which involved gardening, farming, sandal making and cloth sewing. Such work was counterbalanced with a program of lessons in geography, history, arithmetic, writing and bhajans. In the Tolstoy Farm, the acquisition of knowledge by the students was not through the textbook, but through the character building, literary training, building up in the body and vocational training. Since Gandhiji was great supporter of manual labor, he advocated vocational training to the students. One such vocational training was shoemaking, and for this purpose, Mr. Colin Bench went to a Trappist monastery and returned having learnt it, and Gandhiji learnt it from him and trained the students. Apart from shoemaking, Colin Bench had the experience of carpentry and therefore they had a small class in carpentry also. Almost all the youngsters in the farm had learnt cooking. The only training that the Indian children received in South Africa was in the 3 R's, that is reading, writing and arithmetic. So, this form of training was new to these youngsters, but they showed a great interest and learned it cheerfully. The reason behind this was an interesting policy followed in the farm. That is, the youngsters were not asked to do anything what the teachers did not do. Therefore, when they were asked to do any work, there was always a teacher working with them, and so the students learned with earnestness. Literary training was much more difficult than these activities. There was no adequate teachers, let alone trained teachers in Tolstoy farm, and adequate resources were also not available. Since the morning had to be devoted to work on the farm and domestic duties, the school hours had to be kept after the midday meal. 3 periods were given to the literary training. Languages like Hindi, Tamil, Urdu and Gujarati were taught to children along with elementary history, geography and arithmetic. Gandhiji was in charge of teaching languages even though he was not well versed in any of them, but he did not conceal this fact from his students. This truthfulness earned Gandhiji a lot of respect from them. Gandhiji did not believe in teaching from textbook as he did not consider them necessary. According to him, the true textbook for the people is his teacher. The instruction based in teachers' experiment and convictions would carry more weight than the lifeless pages of textbook. Gandhiji could not arouse the students' interest book. Through experience, he realized that the children pay more attention when they listen to teachers than when they read from the textbook. Gandhiji, as a teacher, was exemplary, and her love for the subject, that is, languages of his own nation, and her confidence in himself and acknowledged his limitations and tried his best to arouse students' interest in self-learning. Students, here this chapter is finishing. I hope that you understood this lesson, because the point of this lesson is that Gandhiji told them that, you see, the textbook is not necessary to learn the things, and also we have to learn through our experience and practice, and teachers are the role model for the students. Whatever students learn from the teachers by seeing them and by seeing their character, the way they speak, the way they teach, and always teachers will be the role model for the students. So, in one word, Gandhiji used to say that teachers are the open book for the students. Thank you. Thank you so much.